So, how bad is it?
Sir, with all due respect, you literally broke through it.
You I do not forget.
So is it fixable?
You broke through it.
That's not a no.
I'm terribly sorry, but we can't fix this in-house. We need to call someone in.
What, like a repairman? Did you install a security alarm?
Yes, but that has a Metal Gear sound effect. This sounds like...
That was me! I'm Repairman, man!
I am a magnet for weirdos.
And Repairman, I heard about your problem and came to help.
You made another hole. And more importantly, how'd you dodge the anti-air guns?
When something needs fixing, nothing gets in my way.
How come no one's answering my questions today?
Let's take a look-see and... Wait, it's already destroyed? Come on! I had this stick of dynamite and everything!
Paramount, do the thing.
the thing where I call an actual repairman rather than this bumbling buffoon and clean up the mess you two made while you go and have fun talking about something completely unrelated?
Yes, that thing.
Yes, sir.
So, I guess it's time to reveal my true identity. It is I.
Silverquill?
What? No! No, I'm not Silverquill! Why do people keep making that mistake? I'm MangaKamen! Say it with me, MangaKamen!
MangaKamen?
That was on purpose.
Probably. Anywho, review time. Gift to the mod pie.
Yay!
Fire, fire!
I didn't do it. Rolling along the tracks, our episode begins with Rarity and Pinky heading to Manhattan. Manhattan.
I detect a chip on a certain griffin's shoulder.
Well, yeah. Every time I'm there, I get kicked by Spider-Man and I'm still being haunted by a ghost who has an obsession with starting arguments with random people and stealing snow cones. Not exactly normal. Mine.
What was that?
A floating jalapeno cheese spread?
No, you don't understand. What he's holding, that's pretty much crack to military folk, and oh no. Run for your life!
So then we run into the Ben Stein of MLP, Mod. Apparently there's a little pie family tradition of dedicating a whole day to each other that totally wasn't made up to justify this episode.
Yeah, season 6, and this is the first time we've heard of it.
At least it wasn't as bad as the flashbacks of Pinky's first party and Mod wasn't there.
Well, if Pinky's gonna have a past, I think she'd prefer it to be multiple choice. Anywho, Pinky wants Rarity's help to get a gift for Mod. A rock pouch, specifically.
Oh, she's gonna help her make it?
Oh no, that's the sensible thing. They're gonna go and buy it.
They literally have a seamstress right there! Wouldn't it be more thrifty and have more emotional value to buy the materials and have Rarity make it herself? Seems like it would save time as well and not draw attention.
Kamen, what have we said before on this show?
It's Pinkie Pie, don't question it.
Good boy. Have a cookie.
No! Pain is so delicious! So the three girls go on a sightseeing tour, all the while making excellent use of Chekhov's cannon for comedic effect. Then we are treated to the greatest Shakespearean acting of all time.
Oh, why, thank you for the kind assistance, Pinkie Pie. And now I know exactly what to order. You are very welcome, Rarity. Now pardon me whilst I go wash my hooves.
And you thought Applejack was a horrible liar. Anywho, Rarity decides to hang back and distract Mod by having her tell a story of how she and Boulder met.
It was a dark and stormy night. Little did I know that my life was about to change.
I immediately
forever.
regret this decision.
And apparently, Pinky takes the long way round and finds that the pouch store is closed. She makes such a scene that she actually gets reported to the police. Imagine that episode of Cops. Confetti and cupcakes everywhere. The bad boys are coming to crash one party planner's gig. Forever.
Call for service were slow, so we were just checking vacant businesses in the area to see if anyone was trying to trespass.
What is your
I don't
problem?
want with this granny's for a few months, so there's no way I can get the perfect present for...
So that's when I had to get the tighter grip, push them against the car. Stop.
Wow, what a surprisingly suspenseful and compelling story. I completely get what you see in him now.
Oh, sarcasm dripping like Niagara Falls.
Just as priceless as the look of relief on Rarity's face when she sees Pinky. Then Pinky spills everything and literally drowns her sorrow in ice cream.
Oi! That's Best Pony's thing, dirty thief!
Oh, not to worry, dear. I'll just have to
Make the rock pouch for her?
help you find a new present for Maud.
Oh, come on!
Aramount, do the thing.
Yes, sir.
How?
She's very good at what she does.
But this is my favorite. How would she know that?
Very good at what she does.
Maud, I can't help but notice you're staring at that marvelous giraffe. I was just wondering, any chance you could see yourself with it?
Only if I had a mirror.
That's the difficult part about Maud Pie. Her emotional expression is so stunted that it's impossible to tell if she's being serious or sarcastic.
Well, let's have the fun with her. Then things go good, bad, and the ugly.
All right. You and me, Maud. You and me.
You and I! You and I! Why do people keep making this mistake?
You're one to talk, Mr. Always ends his sentences with prepositions.
Shut up!
I like that fissure in the sidewalk. It's an elegant example of thermal expansion and soil settlement.
What? But all of this, and she likes crack?
What is it about watching ponies lose their sanity that's so entertaining?
Well, I think a part of it is the art style. The ponies' faces allow for a lot of expression, especially exaggeration. There's also the fact that mundane things build up so much that drive them nuts.
Oh, like how I broke your roof? That's really mundane.
No, it isn't!
That sister of yours is simply impossible to shop for. There's nothing she needs or wants.
That's what my family tells me. They usually just buy me food, and I'm okay with that.
I just ask for bits.
Really breaking the mold of greedy griffins.
Hey, don't be beakist.
Don't break my roof. Then Rarity spies the exact pouch Pinky was looking for, including how it was stitched and made, from several dozen yards away. Okay, pretty sure those glasses she has are reading glasses then.
Well, her entire medium is mostly visual and she's trained to spot minute details, and this is reinforced by her attention to detail in Rarity Investigates. So it makes sense that she has the eyes of a hawk.
Beakist.
That's our word.
Turns out the pouch is being held by a total sleaze who is more than willing to take advantage of Pinky's desperation.
I mean, it's basic supply and demand. Pinky does really want it, it's only natural to...
So extortion isn't sleaze. Of course the griffin would say that.
Okay, that was beakist.
The fingers I'm holding up are the amount of darns I give.
You don't have fingers.
Then Pinky comes back to Rarity and Maud reenacting the family reunion when drunk Uncle Frank comes to town.
Be a dear and go stand behind it. Okay, now just back up a little bit. Little more. And now just a little, 20 yards more.
Then Rarity asks how it goes, and she's not getting the answer she expects.
Yup, that's it. You got your sister the greatest present in the history of ever, and all you have to say is, yup.
Yep.
It's spreading!
But you're Pinkie Pie. You're supposed to be all, oh, I'm so excited I got the rock pouch! And I know I say excited a lot when I'm actually just kind of excited, but this time I'm really excited about how excited I am about being this excited over the rock pouch! And then you fire off your potty cannon.
I love when characters do impressions of each other. It's like a fun little roasting session.
The Royal Guard sucks. Praise the sun. Fix my roof.
How was that?
I hate you. Then Pinky spills how she traded her cannon for the pouch.
You gave away your cannon?
Yeesh, no wonder Maud didn't show up at Pinky's first party. Pinky's messing with her own canon lore!
Wrong cannon, Featherbrain. We move on to a picnic next to a river and...
How are the swan boats moving?
magic.
But
Shh. Magic.
They do the little gift exchange and sing a song that's mercifully and comically short, then take their time opening their presents, which leads to Rarity sitting patiently, letting them savor the anticipation.
Just open them already!
Did I say patient? I meant the other thing.
They both love their gifts, and Rarity decides to talk a little more with Maud, but accidentally lets slip what Pinky did to get it.
Pinkie Pie feels badly that the gifts that she always gives you are never as good as the ones that you give her!
What?
That's why she was willing to give up her party cannon for the pouch!
Geesh, if Rarity cracks this easily, I wonder how she'd fare being the one who had to keep Cadence's pregnancy a secret. Would have been a different and shorter episode. Anywho, Maud finds the sleaze using her
Maud sense.
Runs in the family!
Earth ponies. How do they work?
I wonder what senses the other sisters have. Maybe one of them can read minds.
You know, I think that would work well for Marble. And apparently, breaking space and time is also in their family line as well, as Maud can move faster than the naked eye and they scare the guy into taking back the deal. Okay, while I don't like that guy at all, was extorting him back really the right idea? I mean, you could argue this was giving him a dose of his own medicine, but A, he didn't threaten Pinky, and B, he didn't learn anything out of this encounter. So really, the ponies are doing almost the exact same thing he did, but are the heroes. Two wrongs don't make a right here.
Well, one could say that the scammer did get what was coming to him, but if you have to strong-arm a deal, then it kind of puts a bit of a twist on who's the good and bad guy. I mean, sure, Maud and Rarity are doing this for Pinky's sake, but that's essentially the ends justify the means mentality. Real nice moral to teach the kids. If they make bad deals, you just threaten the other person until they take back the deal.
Still, questionable moral moment aside, this episode ends on something really touching.
Pinky, gift giving isn't a competition. It's an expression of love, and you always make sure to give your gifts with lots of love. That's why I'll always love them, and you, 5 ever. That's even longer than 4 ever.
So here's something we haven't mentioned yet. The title of this episode, The Gift of the Maud Pie, is a play on the old short story, The Gift of the Magi. The basic plot is that two poor lovers sacrifice something valuable to give the other the perfect gift for Christmas. The wife sacrifices her hair to give her husband a chain for his watch, and the husband sacrifices his watch to give his wife a comb set. While the gifts are inherently made useless for the time being because of the sacrifices, in the end they're still happy. After all, what is a gift? A token of affection, to show someone how much you care for them. And these two showed exactly that because of what they were willing to do for each other.
Granted, there is a notable difference between this story and MLP's take on it. That being the fact that Maud didn't need to sacrifice anything to get Pinky's gift. As we saw, she does make a sacrifice to make sure her sister is happy, but it's still a really big difference. But I think it conveys just as strong a message, since it still shows that both are willing to sacrifice to make the other one happy.
Exactly. While not exactly like the base story, it still keeps the spirit intact, which is what any good adaptation should do. And Maud pretty much laid it out so the kiddies can digest it. And that's Gift of the Maud Pie. While it wasn't the funniest episode and that little moment with getting the cannon back is questionable, it's still a good episode. We saw more of the city life of ponies, and the little message at the end was pretty sweet.
Indeed. However, I found the episode a lot more intriguing going back and looking at the small nods and references that the show not only makes to the show's lore, but also little nods to other little facets. Not to mention seeing more parallels to Manhattan to New York, such as the ice rink being a prime example. Certainly is an enjoyable episode, for the most part, even though it does raise a few questions.
Such as, are you gonna fix the roof?
What roof?
Exactly. Any preferences as to where I shoot you?
Wait a second, I can't fly!
Dude, I'm just kidding. You don't get a preference. Wonder where he's gonna end up.
Hey writers, my friend Toon Critic interviewed M.A. Larson a while back. I'm Repairman Man! Aw, this is my channel. No! I don't understand what. Hey, don't even think about it.
Bacon pancake